Digimon Story Time Stranger has officially launched on Nintendo Switch and Switch 2, so welcome to all new Digimon players and fans alike. I am someone who absolutely loves Digimon as a series, and I ended up platinuming the game over on PlayStation, so I want to take a moment to share some tips that'll help new players have a great time with the game and might help speed up or improve your experience with the game. Some of these tips are going to feel very basic and like duh, but others I hope you'll find really helpful. There's a good range here. So let's just dive right on into it with the first one, shall we? The first tip's gonna feel like a bit of a no-brainer. It's what everyone who's played this game is going to tell you first and foremost, and it's probably one of the most crucial ones, honestly, and that is do the side quests. Please do the side quests. There are a variety of reasons why it's helpful to do so, alright? Now, when it comes to the side quests, you can access them or find them by opening your Digivice, navigating over to the mission menu, which is going to be right below the Digimon menu. Once you hit the mission menu, you'll see your main missions, and if you tab over, you'll end up seeing your side missions. Now, in your side missions, you'll see details for rewards. Rewards include money, anomaly points, which are the big thing we want, and a variety of other things like items and skills and experience and whatnot. What we really want here is the anomaly points. Anomaly points are what help your agent rank up. Now, as your agent ranks up, that's how they'll unlock their other evolutions for their Digimon, the champion level, the ultimate level, the mega level. The way you unlock the path to those is by ranking up your agent rank, and to do that, you need anomaly points. Yes, you can get them throughout the story, but if you really want to hit those evolution levels a little faster, you'll want to do the side missions. Beyond that, you also use the anomaly points or agent points or what have you to invest in the agent themselves. The agent has a wide variety of skills from the agent menu, and we'll go over that in a separate one because I have some advice on which ones you should go for first. They'll help you get cross arts, they'll help you get passive abilities, they'll help you build your Digimon skills and stats faster, and my most interesting thing beyond just the evolution and the abilities and whatnot is that you unlock optional cutscenes in the main story, and there are captivating new story beats that are hidden behind some of these side quests. Sure, some of the side quests are simple, go grab this, go grab that, but a lot of them have some thought and love behind them that lead to a more enjoyable experience. There's Easter eggs, there's references, there's story beats and loose ends that are tied up. There's some more involved ones too, and you'll see a wide variety of really interesting Digimon that you may not have otherwise suspected to see or encounter in this fashion, and you get all that through just playing through the side quests. Also, big warning to new Digimon Time Stranger players. These side quests will be gated off at different points of the game, so I highly recommend as you get them, knock them out, because you may not be able to access some of them until a while later. Like, they'll lock you out of ones and then you won't be able to do them for a long while. Alright, that's me trying to give you advice without trying to spoil anything. Trust me, it's to your benefit in almost every way to try and knock out as many side quests as you can. They're enjoyable, I hope you have fun with them, and they have a lot of benefits from helping you evolve faster, to making you stronger, to having hidden cutscenes and new story interactions and beats and whatnot. They're a good time, be sure to do them. Alright, now let's go on to the next tip, shall we? The next tip I want to give you guys is based off the first one, and that's the agent skills I think you should invest in early on. This is my opinion, this is what I found helpful to my playthrough. To access your agent skills, you're going to open your Digivice, go to the agent menu, and you'll find agent skills and cross arts. Cross arts in particular are your skills for your Digigun thing. I call it a Digiglock because when you're out of time to talk, you pull out the Digiglock, alright? Now, when it comes to cross arts, you're going to be wondering, like, alright, when and how do I get more of these? You get more cross arts through the agent skill Bonds of Loyalty system. Tree, value, whatever you want to call it. But through that tree where you invest your agent points or anomaly points, where you can find the other cross arts like strike and recovery and strength and reverse and a bunch of others. They have a variety of abilities and whatnot, and you can equip one of those at a time. It's a great way to use the critical attacks, and it can really turn the tide of battle. I use the offensive ones. I think I used the big AoE one for almost the entire game, if not the entire game. As you invest into these skills, not just this tree, but all the others as well, is how you rank up your agent rank, which we talked about before, which leads you to getting more evolution paths, not paths, but levels. You can go from champion to ultimate. Now, personally, I find the evolution system in Time Stranger really satisfying because it feels so good when you finally unlock the next level of evolution. Part of the issue with past games is it felt too easy to evolve, and you felt like you were steamrolling things. The balance in this game, I really enjoy. That's a personal thing, all right? Now, when it comes to the skills I think you should invest in early on, I highly advise you look out for this symbol. Symbols like this, will, like this floppy disk-esque thing, for you guys that don't know what floppy disk is what's going to help your Digimon grow faster and gain more experience. There's some for different levels, evolution stages and whatnot, and then the other trees are more expanded into Digimon development. Keep an eye out for that floppy disk again. The floppy disk is going to be your friend, but more so than the floppy disk, the stayer symbol here, because those are the ones that are going to reduce the requirements of the stats needed to digivolve into certain evolutions. This is going to be incredibly helpful. Focusing in on these paths and these abilities are going to help you reach the Digimon evolutions that you want faster in a more satisfying manner. And then after you get those, sure, there's plenty of other good ones. You can up your defense, you can up your attack. The system has a lot for you to work through. If you do all the side missions, then you'll have enough anomaly points by the end of the story to max out every tree, which is going to be a huge boon. Trust me on that. Now, why are these called Bonds of Valor, Philanthropy, Amicability, and Wisdom? Your Digimon have personalities, and each personality is spread into these 4 groups overall. My camera, however, is not going to cooperate on that. Now that we're back to this, each of the personalities are broken into these 4 groups overall, and Digimon with that group are what this tree will affect. And I'll even tell you here, Digimon with the ability of Zealous, Brave, Daring, or Reckless Digimon, they get their attack boosted with this one. Over here, they get their intelligence boosted. Over here, they train better in the farm. And we'll have an entire other section about the farm here. So remember, be sure to invest properly into your agent skills, and I recommend looking into growth skills first, ones for experience and ones that reduce the requirement for evolution. Alright, now let's move on to the next tip, shall we? So next up, we have the Digifarm system. Now, when it comes to the Digifarm system, this is your best friend, all right? This right here, this entire system is going to be your best friend, especially with the update that makes evolutions a little easier to figure out. Now, what I mean by this is don't worry about grinding Digimon battles and stuff like that. That is counterintuitive for what you actually want. When you get access to the Digimon farm, you're going to want to visit as often as possible. Now, when you first enter the farm, you're going to get a bunch of items that your Digimon will have picked up, depending on the area and whatnot, or maybe it's depending on them. I'm not sure what determines what items they pick up. It might be random for all I know. But you're going to get a bunch of those items. Those are crafting materials. Don't worry about that for now. Push that aside. What we're going to focus in on here is the interact with Digimon in farm. So, when you end up clicking that interact with Digimon in farm button there, you're going to see a list of Digimon there. You can move them around, whatnot, or you can return to a box. Now, we're going to focus in on Gizamon here. As you see, it shows his stats and whatnot, his moves, his evolution history, his abilities. It's a nice, comprehensive screen that'll show you everything you need to know about that Digimon. Now, more recently though, they've added in the addition of this evolution menu. The evolution menu, you can go backwards and forwards, and you can take a look at what stats are needed to reach them, whether that be personality, whether that be physical attack power, whether that be an agent rank that you have to work towards. It'll also show what their max level, how it'll differ, and what their maximum stats will look like in the next evolution. This is a very comprehensive system. It's going to be very helpful for you to understand where to invest your Digimon's time in. Now, what do I mean by that? I said earlier, you don't want to grind in this game, right? It's a waste of time to grind in this game. What you really want to do is invest in training and feeding your Digimon here. We'll go over what the stats mean in another video, but here's what you need to know. When it comes to feeding your Digimon, you basically increase their bond, their level of trust in you, depending on how much they like that food. That'll be important to help bolster their stats in the long run. Now what you really want here is the training menu. The training menu has a wide variety of items that'll boost the stats. It'll end up showing you exactly how much time is needed in real time, mind you, what stats it'll boost, and how it'll affect their personality. Digimon personalities do affect some of the evolutions that are available to them, particularly for DNA or Jogress evolutions that combine Digimon. Now you can bring up the check personality system here and it'll show you the table of Digimon personalities, where your Digimon currently lies in that table with their personality, what abilities they're getting from it. Now remember, some Digimon evolutions may require a shift in that personality to be something more specific. As you can see by this table and by the training item here, we can shift our Digimon's personality into a particular direction as denoted by these yellow arrows. For example, right now our Digimon is astute, which is great, like it's giving him a wise heart which boosts intelligence and speed growth, and his personality skill is steadfast emotion. Each one of these grid points here on the personality grid has basically a lotto system that'll pull a random personality skill from a smaller pool. There are rarer skills than others as well. This one boosts the intelligence when the HP is lower. Now, what we want, let's say that we need something with a more devoted personality for an evolution, just hypothetically. We can use this training set of Punching Bag A to 1, boost his attack, but also shift the personality towards heart and affection. Now, where's heart? Heart is on the x-axis, towards the right, and affection is on the y-axis, upwards. So, astute is down in the bottom left. We need to go up and to right. We got 2 big yellow arrows here to show us exactly what direction our personality is going to generally shift in if we put him through this training. That's how you manage Digimon's personality. You'll also be able to affect their personality by having conversations with them in the field. Sometimes when you just stop moving, you'll see a speech bubble above your partner. Interact with them. Sometimes they'll have goodies for you, sometimes they'll have quiz, they might want to play a game. These are all things that go into developing their personality and their stats overall. It's a fun system to get to know your partner. But yeah, these items are the key to your success. You can set them to train and just walk away for a while. This is trained in real time. Different items have different variations. It'll tell you like a greatly boost attack, a regularly boost attack, how much time is needed. The more effective ones will require more time. It does not benefit you to go over that time, like let's say this 15 minutes passes, right? Spending 20 minutes is not going to make a difference. The training is done, all right? So be sure to go back and check in on them to get the results of their training later on, which we're going to see with another Digimon here. So, if we go over to our boy Stingmon, we will see the exact results of his training. We put him through attack training here, and it jumped him up from 1471 to 1798. That is way more benefit that you are going to get than mindlessly grinding for levels over and over and over again, because your Digimon have level caps that need to be increased over time with repeated battles, trust factors, or talent, as well as load additions. So be sure to make use of the farm and the training system provided to you. It is going to be your best friend. I highly recommend, if you really like a Digimon, occasionally just swap him back to the farm. Maybe if you're gonna step away, just throw most of your team into the farm while you go eat lunch or something if you have to step away. But otherwise, keep rotating your Digimon in and out of the farm to up their stats. It's gonna be very helpful. It'll help you Digivolve faster and it'll make battles way more manageable. And it's way more time effective than grinding endless battles will ever be. That being said, now we can look at the evolution system again, right? From the farm, which wasn't a thing before. Which is honestly frustrating, that wasn't a thing before. You cannot Digivolve from the farm. You have to go to your evolution menu, which is in your Digivice, which you can access at any time, really, so not really an inconvenience. But yeah, the farm is going to be your best friend overall. From there, you can also move your Digimon around, shift him, put him in and out and whatnot. Easy system to manage. We're going to go over the tiles and the items next, just to get it out of your mind. Tiles and items, right? They don't do anything. They're for flavor. I spent so much time thinking they affected something, trying to figure out, and I never understood it, and then just click, they don't do anything at all. They are 4 flavors, so you can design your island visually however you want, okay? The only items that matter on your island are the training items that you put your partners through. Everything else is decorative, it is for flavor, so enjoy. There is no impeding them. The water tiles are not going to block off anyone's path. Everyone can cross the water tiles. It is visual flair only. Don't let that slow you down, alright? It is, however, also important to notice that some of the items that you get for the island can be used as crafting materials at the blacksmith to make better training items. And honestly, that's the entire reason you would want to make them. Besides decorating, because maybe you're into that. Next up, we're going to talk about the next tip. My next tip is to not neglect load enhancements. It's a system in the game where you take one Digimon as the host Digimon, and you take another Digimon to load its information into him. Basically, you're giving one up to power up another. The reason I say don't neglect this is because it's one of the fastest ways to get stronger stats besides the farm. And particularly, it can help your Digimon gain blue stats that you see in those parentheses all the time. Now, what are those blue stats? Blue stats are your inherited stats. That's right, there's a whole inherited stats system in this game. Basically, it's what passes on to the next or previous evolution of the Digimon. So by loading in here, now we've seen Ella John here, who I've named after a friend of mine. He has blue stats of 10, 12, 14, 10, 10, right? So now when he digivolves forward into a mega level, or de-digivolves, no, this is a champion. When he digivolves forward into ultimate, or de-digivolves to rookie, that next Digimon is going to get those as bonus stats. His stats will be higher, and that's how you build upon your Digimon, how their evolution makes them stronger, by building those inherited stats. Now, load enhancement isn't the only way this happens. They can build up over time from just battling, from having a high trust and bond value. There are ways to increase that, but load enhancements are going to be one of the easiest ways to do so. So be sure to take advantage of that. If you got Digimon that's lying around that you just don't vibe with, even if you don't want to Digivolve them or something, why not just load them up into someone that you do like, especially one from your main party who might be Digivolving forwards and backwards more. So remember, blue stats, higher, good. They inherit to the next evolution or de-evolution. They're one of the core aspects of how the strength system in this game works. So keep that in mind, alright? Next up are the outer dungeons. You're going to see these red gate portal things open up throughout the digital world. They'll be hidden in special areas and whatnot, and they won't always be the easiest to find. When you end up entering them, they'll be registered in the theater. You'll be able to access them at any time, so don't worry if you aren't able to complete the minigame associated. That's right, minigames. There's minigames and challenges in these outer dungeons. You're going to see a classic Digivice V-Pet toy, except humongified in the outer dungeon. I love these things. I think they're a great callback. I am so happy that these were included. Never expected to see them. But the reason they're on the tips list is this. When you see these things and you complete the challenge involved with, whether it be speed racing, guarding the food, or a battle challenge or something, you are going to get a bunch of rewards, right? And if you are able to complete the bonus challenge, which is always going to be denoted by this like floating cube spear thing with a voice inside, it'll have a voice memo, and it'll have a lore pack in it if you can beat the challenge, as well as additional rewards. You're going to want to do those. They add a nice caveat and you learn more about this mysterious being in the background, which I won't spoil for you, but it's just a fun, flavorful addition to the game. But the reasons in this tips list is when you complete these challenges, talk to the Digivice again. You will get a free Digimon, just automatically recruited, and they can range in what's offered. Like some of the dungeons offer a mega, some of them offer a champion, some of them offer an ultimate. Like, they're free Digimon. You might as well take them with you, right? So get your freebies where you can and be sure not to miss them. They'll display on the screen of the LCD there, and once you talk to them, boom, they'll just join you. Nice and simple, especially helpful early on in the game if you're able to find one of these dungeons. Alright, now for the next one. For those of you that are going to be playing this game on the hardest difficulty or are going for a new game plus run with the newer unlocked super and duper hard difficulty that I can't remember the name of right now, here's my tip for you. Harvest those reflex skills. They will save you so much time, effort, and struggle, I assure you. Those reflex skills are going to be a lifesaver on the higher difficulties. Now, the way you want to get those, and the way you also want to think about the game overall, when you are in the Digimon evolution menu and you can look at the next evolutionary step, like we're seeing with Stingmon to Jewel Beamon here. It'll also tell you their learnable attachment skills. Notice one of them here is Magic Reflect at level 20. So we're going to Digivolve into him. We'll just leave him in the box. Digimon automatically gain experience over time as you continue playing the game and battling and whatnot, even if they're in the box. And once he hits level 20, he'll know that move. Cool. But here's the thing. These moves are all treated as equipable items. You can swap them out at any time. It's pretty simple too. All you gotta do is go to the Digimon menu from your Digivice, go to Setup, select the corresponding Digimon, and from there, you can swap out the moves equipped to them. Like right here, we have Walk on Palm, Flame, Thing, right? We swap out Walk on Palm 1 with Magic Reflect. Then we go and scroll down, and look, it's not gone. It's added to our inventory because they count as items. So never worry about a move being lost and forgotten forever. The unique moves are always going to be there, and every other move can be swapped interchangeably. They're never just vanished. So be sure to harvest them. And here's the thing. Remember, you can Digivolve backwards. So after you get a Reflect move that you're trying to grind for, de-Digivolve and repeat. Set up a bunch of the same ones. You can grind out a bunch of them real fast and hook that up to your team. I say have an attack reflect, a magic reflect, a support move, and an attack move for all of your team members. That's the harder difficulties. Everyone else, enjoy your time, play for fun, do whatever you want to. All right, now let's move on to the next tip, shall we? My final tip for you involves a little bit of story fun times. There is a prequel anime short that's only like 3 to 5 minutes. It's a fun watch, it's an entertaining watch, and I'm surprised just how good it is for how short it is as well. It's just, look up Digimon Story Time Stranger Prelude, okay? It's widely available on YouTube, it's on all the official channels. You might be wondering, but when can I watch this? Is it safe to watch before? Do I watch it after a playthrough? Personally, I think you're safe to watch it after you finish the Central Town story. So basically, when you first get to the digital world, wrap up the Central Town story early on in the game, and I think you're probably safe at that point to go in and enjoy the prelude. I think you should watch the prelude at some point because it does add a little more flavor to the overall narrative that's going to be told in this game, and I think that you're going to just be grateful for that and enjoy your time with that. It's a nice simple tip. I just wanted to give you something more fun to wrap up this list with. So what do you guys think? I hope you found something helpful here as a new player. Maybe as an old player you didn't notice something here. I doubt it. I feel like a lot of you guys know these things. But I just wanted to spread some love because I love this game and I hope you do too. Alright, if you guys want to check us around here more, we talk about Digimon, video games, anime, whatever's on our mind. We stream as well. We do short content, all kinds of stuff. You can find me as Presley Castle just about everywhere, and I hope to see you again sometime. Much love and happiness to you. Bye-bye. Boop.